Hello everyone, this is Don Kingdom 362. We are going to be talking about patch 3.6.0, which would be the guard weapons update that everyone is already in kind of full complaint about. Usual complaints. It's all about the money. This sucks, that sucks. Life sucks when you got to have something that you can't afford. Uh, I can't fix the fact that some teacher somewhere told you that someone else having something you don't is not a fact of life for you. Is what it is. The prices will come down, and we're going to talk about where we sit for people that are more along the lines of us that I'm not going to go out and drop $1,000 on this thing today, or $5,000. This is the next layer of stats. This is how games progress. This is where we're at. So I waited till day 2 to kind of see what was going on for the free stuff. So on my main account here, I don't have the new guards maxed out yet. I do have the old guards maxed out. So I'm going through here, and I'm of course I get to level 3. Make sure I'm actually filming this. Now see, I get a hammer that I don't have to use on that level now on day 2. So I'm hoping that gets me something more on a higher level. So here's the thing. The Honor Challenge. One of the best events that they put into the game. Now, on my farms, I open chests late. Made a bum rush before they closed the honor thing out because I had a key here, a key there that I got on my farms. And so I did it after the patch, and I got free weapons. So I don't have any free weapons on my main account where I spend lots of time and lots of money. But on my little lowbie farms, I got plus 50 defense, health, and uh, attack on my distance. So, my recommendation at this point, having a small preview of what's coming in probably 2 weeks when the Honor Challenge comes out again, is, guys, just wait. All right, I'm going to probably get stopped cold dead here. There we go. All right. This is without any enhancement to the weapons. As you can see, having spent a year building up guards doesn't get us very far for free in this. So, but let's look at this and apply one of my farm's thinkings to it. I would have got plus 50 here, so I'd have been 220. I'd have been short on health for some reason, but one free drop from that, and we know those are 99-cent keys. So I don't know that I would go out spending a bunch of money in that area yet, because getting to path 4 is going to get us. Matter of fact, I don't even remember where I saw it. Getting to path 4 is going to get us into more loot for building and constructing stuff. So let's get over to their guards. So this is day 2, like I said, and of course I've got no scripts. So let's go down to the weaker stuff. And I can't even build a silver set right now without spending a little money. So that'll be the next step, and I will get into spending a little money here. I don't operate on a free account, but my best advice that I have for you right now, honestly, if you is wait the 2 weeks. There's a compounding thing that's going to take place here. All right, and I know somebody's gone out there that's a C40 that dumps $10,000-$15,000 into their account, and if you're in one of those kingdoms, ooh boys, just avoid them, because now that stat stack is even higher than it was before, and we're not so much worried as the stats as we are about the differential in their stats versus your stats increases the war talent damage. This is going to make the war talents even more powerful than they were, and that was a crushing change to the environment that was GOG for so long. Uh, I've had time to think about it, and I've looked it over, and we've done some number crunching on it. And C35s act like C35s now. And I'll tell you, before, I was in agreement with everybody else. Like, yeah, it sucks. I used to run around with my C30 and push every C35 around like they were just never going to ever be in my way. Uh, and suddenly C35s can defend themselves without having demonstratively bigger stats than me, or even having a little bit lesser stats than me. They're able to defend themselves. So they fixed something there, and it's a combination of war talents and uh, something they did to kind of reset the game to where 35 is kind of the new minimum. Uh, as we're doing the farm push, if you see my farm push videos or the uh, how to build a dedicated farm for an alliance that we put in there, this patch also went in there and kind of put a cripple on that. All right, so they crippled that idea. It was almost as if they addressed that specifically to keep people from building the farms up. So, yeah, we're there, and what we're talking about here is in the store. Okay, so we've got the speed up things, and as much as people complain about the speed ups, if you haven't watched one of the hundreds of videos I've done, don't buy speed ups to build troops. You buy speed ups to do research, and you buy speed ups to get gratification out of an instant build up. Don't speed up things that die unless you've got troop training speed ups. They're much cheaper because they're targeted speed ups, and they do what they do. Our problem wind up being for building farm accounts, Gear 4s and Gear 5s aren't there. And they also took out the ability to buy where's it at? Armory. Economy. I go in here to dismantle the splendor ingots. Whoops, wait a minute. That ain't what I want to dismantle. I didn't even know they had a splendor ingot, to be honest. Who would dismantle their splendor gear? At least you can put it back together if you do it by accident. And I have done it by accident in the past and can't put it back together right now. So, the basic development ingots, not what I was talking about. The 100, yeah, it is. They're just orange normally, but they're not here. All right. You have to buy those. They're a $4.99 pack. You used to be able to fill it in with gold. Since patch 3.5, you have not been able to do that. I'm just mentioning it here. And the other lockout that I'm actually locked out of, Lord, is that where it's at? There we are. Airship part boosters. Okay. Clear the guard expedition to 160. Well, I'm maxed out on my old guards, so I can't upgrade my airship because I haven't spent money on their previous content. And where I will tell this is where developers have way too much power. Power is the wrong word. This is typical of developers, graphics guys, content providers, whatever you want to call yourselves. Don't skip my content. That's what they're thinking. And I tell you guys, this is how I decipher these games, and this is a clear indicator of it. Not everybody is building up those new guards they put out because A, they're stupidly expensive to build up for what is a minor stat gain, 0 damage gain, and the players are becoming more educated. Those top line stats, the show stats, aren't that big of a deal as everybody thinks they are. Until we started playing with war talents, and now they start adding damage to the bottom half where the stats really matter. So they're really, like I said, they're playing with the environment, but what they've done here is they've turned around and taken a field full of cattle, is the way they view them, and they're saying, well, let's introduce a mountain lion and see what happens. Well, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. But that's what they're doing, and they just don't know it. They're trying to force you into their content, and that's that building of the guards. So they've reduced the price on the packs of the guards. If you're close on that, I guarantee you the new 3 guards are going to be key to getting through the new guard weapons areas, as well as opening up more stuff on your airship. So they tied those things together. You know, how lovely of you guys to do that. There was something. Am I forgetting something? Speed ups, guards. I tell you, that price hadn't come down, and it should have. And the price of the artisan materials is a little on the insane side. And I really think somewhere, probably Catacombs level 8, they should have added dark scripts and dark gemstones so that you could start buying those out of Cata 8. Prior to patch 2.7, the Cata store, the Catacomb store was integral to the game. Almost everybody skipped the Catacombs. It was some of the very first videos I did was like, hey guys, I don't know why you're skipping the Catacombs. There's tons of free RSS up in there, and there's, you could buy you could buy the crest back then out of the store, and you didn't have to wait for drops or none of that other stuff. The Cata score has been stripped, and it's not been put. That portion of the game has not been made critical, so that people are still not going to Catacombs level 8. And if they'd probably put the dark COAs and the dark gemstone scripts in there, at some ridiculously, you're going to spend 6-7 weeks, which is a typical number they come up with. If you guys haven't figured out, about 6 weeks if you're free farming stuff for little things, is their typical numbers. So you figure 24 weeks to get them for free. And that's one. Pick a dark COA, pick a dark gemstone. So about 48 weeks if you're going to farm everything for free. That's where that should be added back into it. It rebalances the game's free efforts just a little bit. But for now, dollar for dollar, wait for the next hero event. Okay? That being said, we're right in the middle of the Path of Fortune, which means tons of spending there. I didn't really like the loot on this Path of Fortunes setup. I'll show you what I wound up picking. It was, I don't want that. I don't want that. And frankly, I had to choose this blindly before the patch. I have no clue what that did before the patch. I don't go looking at pre stuff. I look at this stuff the way you guys do first time. Are they trying to confuse me? I try not to get any spoilers from people. I don't believe knowing in advance what to expect from a new patch helps me help you. So I really go out of my way to walk into it blindly if I can. So, guys, my advice right now is wait. Okay, we know the price will come down on that stuff, but more importantly, it will be in the hero event. That's a good place to spend $24 on the dollar keys. You get at least $400 or $500 worth of normal bundle buys out of that 24 bucks to spend, and it's a humongous power gain. So good time to jump ahead. Good time to think. Uh, and with the patch 3.60, you guys really need to start paying attention to the farm community design that I put out. I did get a little ahead on that one because I had an inkling of what was coming, and moving the farm a certain distance away from the main, making sure everybody does their uh, little quests down here, you know. And I'll tell you what to look for R5s. Anybody R5 looking around? If you got a bunch of C21s through C24s and they are on silver mines all day, every day, or iron mines all day, every day, they're screwing you up. Well, what do we got going on here? Foolish, foolish. And, you know, just to be an ass, who's ever using a farm to scout me will get nothing. But, anywho, not part of what we're talking about here. That's just the random Kingdom BS. So, if you've got farms, if you got players, your main players that are in this C21 range, like right here, and you go out here and you see these guys and they're camping on the silver, okay, they probably don't have their farm gear maxed out, so they're spending long hours camping on silver and not getting that much of it. I don't recommend anybody farm silver until you've got your guards and your gear and all that stuff lined out. Now, so pay attention to this stuff because all this things tie together. Like I said, they just put a constriction on the farms. That means your mains need to be doing more of their own heavy lifting. And as new kingdoms spawn from now on, it's going to be a little bit slower of a build-up. What they've done here is anybody jump into a new kingdom, it's going to slow down how fast you can grow. All right? You're not going to be able to buy some speed-ups unless you go into that up to that store. There's a whole bunch of us that know how to manipulate that speed-up store. I know over in Kingdom 410, I probably have 900 3-hour speed-ups over there, and I'm still in the top 50 over there, and with stacks and stacks of RSS, because I went to Cat 8 in like 4 days. I know where the RSS is going to be to grow with, and I know I needed to start stockpiling silver from day one. So the things to look for, if they're on those tiles, that means they're not doing food. All right, they are not doing the quests. They're not clearing up the tiles. They're not making it easier for everybody to be on silver. Okay. Watch that stuff. Watch their habits. I took a note when we jumped out of here for KVK. I came back a couple hours early to clear some RSS tiles and stuff that is spawned in people's parking spots. And all my mobs are much higher level, which means I've got players who are still skipping the content of going through and killing their number 5s. That's why they're spawning around there, is because they're C30s who hadn't done their starter quest. All they know is I made the outer shell very shiny. It's not a well-built account. And why is that important? Because you want to log on in 1 to 2 minutes and be able to get, 10,000 EXP per kill and not 1,000 EXP per kill. That starts changing how many of these talent points you got. It's about speed of growth. It is a tedious task to go in there and clean up these quests. They need to do it, or they're hurting their growth, which means they're hurting your alliance growth. So all these areas tie in together. That's why I've got it all tied into here. This patch has really done a little more tying in and forced you to look around and spread out and do your stuff. Uh, we all wish these quests were in order down here. That's one of the reasons everybody skips them, is because you suddenly got to get 500 million food gathered up before you can go kill level 10 mobs. Uh, you know, it's just silly. Okay, so uh, there's some core aspects of this game that have not been corrected from the day the game was built. It seems like they're going back over them slowly. They're reshaping what the game looks like. This is a different game than it was 6 months ago. It really is. So it's a lot harder to power build than it was 6 months ago, which should put a more equal footing strategy in here. You can still outspend somebody, and you can still be bigger in the kingdom than everybody else. And now that they've done the balancing fix that I put forward, our KVKs and UACs have been balanced. That continues down the road, and slow growth on 3 new kingdoms. You're going to get, on your bottom 10 kingdoms are all going to be pretty equal because they're brand new kingdoms. Should be interesting to see how the game progresses over the next 6 months. So take the time, look around, don't get ahead of yourself, be patient. All right. Take advantage of the events. All right. That's the big takeaway from this. This is Don from RogersRaiders.com. I play on Gunmuse and Kingdom 362. Down in the bottom right-hand corner is a subscribe button, and I would like you to do that. It's to your benefit as much as mine. Please leave your comments. Positive, negative, I don't care. Most people didn't realize I do respond to the comments on the videos if they deserve a response, or if there's a question, or if I left something out, or if I skipped content, or I missed something. I don't script out my videos. I should, but I don't. I'm lazy. Take it as I see it. I do spend the day going through it before I video it, but other than that, it's off the cuff. So I appreciate it, guys. Please like and subscribe. Visit us at RogersRaiders.com. Thank you very much.